Hello everyone, welcome to the kickoff meeting for the project transitioning to an electronic validation system. First of all, thank you all for coming for this meeting. This project is going to be a huge milestone for our company because we are going to be transitioning from the existing paper documentation system to electronic validation documentation system. So let us start with the agenda. So first I'm going to talk about, give you a brief introduction on what the project is about. Then we're going to discuss the scope, the objectives, the project success criteria, and the project teams that we have chosen and their roles and responsibilities, the project timeline, and in the end, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to ask me. So, giving you a small introduction, the current documentation at our company is paper-based documentation. And as we all know, this system of documentation is, it has a lot of limitations. First of all, it is very time-consuming. Because we first create this paper document, then we send it out for approvals, and if the approvers have any concerns or questions, they send it back to us and we make the changes, again send it to them, and this is time consuming. And also after we do all this, there could be small errors that might have been missed, and also there could be a lot of inconsistencies or illegible information that is hard to understand. So to avoid all this, we have decided that it would be wise to introduce an electronic validation system which would be easier to maintain within the company. And also it would be easier to search and track information about validation activities within the company. So the approval process, as I have already told you, is so complicated and time consuming. So this puts a lot of pressure on the validation engineer to meet the project deadlines. So by introducing this electronic system, the workload on the engineer reduces a lot, because once he creates an electronic document, he has to just select approvers electronically, and once he does this, and the approvers get an email notification for what they have to approve, and once the approval is completed, or if they have any questions, they can email the engineer back, and the engineer can make these changes and again email the approvers. So this saves a lot of time and energy, and for the validation engineer, his or her workload is reduced a lot. So the validation software that we have decided to choose for our activities is the NetMed validation software. This software, the validation procedure aligns very well with what our company has, and so the transition will be easier, and probably our company employees, it'll be easier for them to understand what is going on. So for the scope, first of all, the company personnel who are involved in validation activities will be trained to the software, and we will make sure that they have access to this software, and then creating the new procedures and templates for how to use this electronic validation software. These procedures have to be created, and finally transitioning from the paper documents, the existing paper documents that we have, they need to be converted into an electronic format. So what are the business objectives? So first one is to increase the compliance and efficiency of documentation. And then the second one is reduce printing and storage expenses. Since we will not be having paper documentation, we hope to reduce our printing expenses a lot. And reduce time for validation activities and reduction in documentation errors. So now the project objectives are, the first and most important one is creating the templates for each of our validation processes, like the equipment, a different template for an equipment validation, a process validation, and a test method validation. Then training all the company personnel to this electronic validation procedures. And the third one is importation of the existing paper documentation into the electronic system. What will we define our success criteria as? Firstly, achieving our project objectives, and then printing and scanning and the storage of paper documents will be reduced by 75%. That is what we are hoping. 50% faster compilation of validation activities. This will be a huge achievement if we can complete our validation activities at half the time that we currently take. Reduced delay in the manufacturing activities, and reduce documentation errors by 40%. The project teams, their roles and responsibilities. So we will have 3 process engineers from NetMed who will be available on site, and they will be responsible for training our company personnel to the new software. So we plan on having in-class training for everybody who will be using this software, and NetMed has they're going to help us with this. And from within our company, we are going to have 3 quality engineers and 3 manufacturing engineers who will be coordinating with the NetMed process engineers in creating these new validation templates and validation procedures. And we will have our quality and manufacturing managers who will closely oversee that the review and approval of these documents is done in a timely manner. The timeline for our project is what we have decided is going to be completion of the templates by August 1st, and completion of the training for all personnel done by October 1st, and migration from the paper-based to the electronic system completed by December 1st, and closing the project by December 15th. So what we hope to do is get all these templates and everything done and close the project by December 15th. So starting next year, we will not be having any more paper documentation, and we will be obsoleting any kind of procedures that we have currently for the paper documentation, and only we will be focusing on electronic validation. So that is our main goal for this project. And if you have any questions, please, now is the time to ask. Thank you.